Yo. Good afternoon, young world. How everybody feeling? You already fucking know. It's your boy, Vault Boy Vague. And we back with another episode of Live from the Vault. And today, we're going to do a quick dive into the epidemic that's been going on in Philadelphia for a long time, y'all. Long time. So, to all the Philadelphians, this ain't nothing new to us. But apparently, it is very new to the outside world of Philadelphia and to people who never been to Philadelphia. Zombieland. That's what we call it here. We've been calling it that for years now. Yes. I'm talking about Kensington and Allegheny. Oh yeah. Which is also the home of VB. Yes, I know a whole lot. That's why we call it AYC. You know, that's why we call it AYC, because Allegheny in itself is just its own city, man. I always told people from 35th Street to K&A. You understand? Listen to the music, man. It's all there, gang. But yeah, whole different world, man. And you know, when you can't even talk trenches without mentioning Kensington and Allegheny, gang. Skid Row ain't got shit on K&A. You hear me? Skid Row ain't got Nathaniel on K&A. If you can make it here, you really can make it anywhere. Now, man, what we're going to talk about is also called the home of Fetty. Why that? Because it's the largest drug market in the northeast of America. Okay? That's why it has that title. Fetty Land. But for the past few years, something else has been emerging. Xylazine has been used heavily, combined it with fentanyl, which is given the name Tranq. And Tranq is this flesh-eating drug, man. I don't even want to call it a drug because your body is really not allowed to consume this, man. That's why these situations that are happening to the people, that's why the effects are like that. But why I'm really here, y'all, I'm here because they also putting xylazine into fentanyl pills, which is counterfeit Percocets. let's get into this. Let's dive in with me real quick. Take a look at this clip right here.
A new warning tonight about deadly fentanyl here in Central Texas. The Drug Enforcement Administration says pills laced with fentanyl and animal tranquilizers are being found in the Austin area.
The added drug is called Xylazine, and officials say it's known as a zombie drug. KVU's Matt Fernandez spoke with a DEA agent about why everyone should be concerned.
The DEA is sending a public safety alert about Xylazine.
Xylazine is a tranquilizer used by veterinarians on larger animals.
Tyson Hodges is the assistant special agent in charge of the DEA Austin District Office. He says Xylazine is FDA approved for veterinary use, but the DEA says drug dealers are now mixing it with fentanyl and other substances.
Drug dealers on the street that are actually buying this and putting it in their fentanyl tablets so that way they can increase profits and create a more addictive product.
And that product usually comes in pill form. People taking street pills often unaware it's laced with tranquilizer and fentanyl. The DEA has seen this happen nationwide.
More specifically, in 48 of the 50 states. We have seen it in Texas, and we're now starting to see it in Central Texas, Austin area.
The mixture can cause serious health problems.
They're both respiratory depressants, and working in combination with one another, they can send somebody into respiratory distress.
The DEA says Narcan cannot be used to combat the tranquilizer.
Xylazine is not an opioid, and as a result, Narcan does not work. So if it's combined with fentanyl, it's going to create a stronger, longer-lasting high for the individual. Unfortunately, Narcan will not work on Xylazine.
The DEA is reminding everyone, including teens, to never take any type of pill unless it comes from a doctor or pharmacy. And the DEA is currently working to make Xylazine listed as a controlled substance. In Austin, Matt Fernandez, KVU News.
See that? Now that's just down in Houston, right? That was just a little clip, right? It's making its way down in Houston, man. But that deadly thing has been up in Philadelphia for the longest, man. Let's take a look at this clip shot right here in the homeland of Zombieland.
Never heard of Tranq. I never heard of Tranq or anything, man, until I came here.
Alarm bells are sounding in Philadelphia about Tranq.
You'd see people kind of like walking around looking like animals when their knuckles are touching the ground.
Now Art El Malik's hands and knuckles are swollen to 3 times their natural size from exposure to the animal sedative Xylazine, street name Tranq.
When I was leaving, somebody had samples, and that's what got me stuck, man. They had samples of pretty dope.
The Xylazine now mixed into 90% of Philadelphia's fentanyl and heroin supply, drugs that drive fatal overdoses.
Adding a horse tranquilizer, something more sedating, makes it feel like it lasts longer.
But now fentanyl addicts newly addicted to Xylazine, seen nodding out and falling over along Philadelphia's notorious Kensington Avenue, are also developing dangerous sores on their bodies.
Next thing you know, you wake up with these big holes all over you, these sores in your legs and wherever. They just pop out anywhere.
Have the doctors told you that you could lose your leg?
Yes.
And that's not enough to get you to stop?
Trying. It's a lot easier said than done.
Art El Malik knows infection could precede amputation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility. A lot of my friends have lost their limbs already.
Withdrawal symptoms associated with Tranq can be brutal.
I tried like cold turkey, man. I had a seizure and everything.
You had problems on your legs?
I did, man. I had like a hole in my shin, and I could literally put 2 fingers in there.
We noticed one young man in a wheelchair missing his left foot. A federal law enforcement source told Pix 11 News vials of Xylazine have already been found in New York City stash houses that produce drugs, and it's spreading to other states.
Last I heard, it's probably at least 36 or so. It's spreading pretty rapidly.
Even though the animal tranquilizer Xylazine is causing some people to lose their limbs here in Philadelphia, it is not listed as a controlled substance in the United States, The Drug Enforcement Administration does not regulate it.
A non-regulated supply, there's going to be anything and everything.
Not going to help you. Prevention Point Philadelphia has nurses helping with wound care, nutrition, and clean needle supplies. But the drug dealers abound on Kensington Avenue. Ralph Dixon, a lifelong Philadelphia resident, told us he's never seen anything like what's happened with Tranq.
They have no place for these people. That stuff is like eating this stiff flesh away. It was probably too potent for a human being to be taken in here. The drug dealers, why they cutting the drugs with that stuff is beyond me.
I'm Mary Murphy, Pix 11 News.
Cuz, did y'all hear that? That is crazy. How can that not be labeled a controlled substance? Huh? How? Look what it's doing to human beings. And it's not even labeled a controlled substance. They want us out of here, gang. They want us out of here. It's no other, I don't know what else to tell y'all, gang. I don't know how much clearer to make it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm from K&A, gang. It ain't no joke. You hear me? It's no joke. I mean, gang, I'm trying to tell you straight up. I've seen thousands of people with it, with everything. Thousands of people with everything. You hear me? Everything. Lose it all. Just like that. I watch Kensington swallow more people than hell. That's no bat or cat. Literally, both ways I watched it. Drug and gun violence. This new drug, Tranq, man. Between the drugs and the way they just let people kill people without even finding. I mean, people get blitzed in the subways. People popping up out of the subway broad day. Popping up out of the subways broad day. Putting people to bed, homie. Protect yourself. Keep your eyes open. Stay in motion. Don't get caught posted. Don't be online boasting. Everything I'm telling y'all, you already know. It's no joking. Take it how you want, man. Take it how you want. Warning to all the young people. I've been there, gang. I got off those pills just in time. Just in time. You know? Because I knew, you know, one thing about me, man, I do my investigation, man. And I want to send a big shout out to King Frank. King Frank, he run a channel on YouTube called Morals Over Money. Go subscribe now. morals over money. He does. He be down Kensington interviewing all the dope fiends. And they interviews and me seeing people that I know personally that I was out there getting high with, gang. That's what made me stop, gang, because I knew it would be only in a matter of time before I'd be down there with them, gang. I wasn't naive to the fact. So, in the beginning of the pandemic, when all the money was floating out here, I chose to get the fuck off because I knew that I would take all the money and, build a high tolerance. And then when the money get cut, I already knew I was going to be out here doing anything to feed that tolerance. So I was smart enough to use the time and money to get off. And that's what I did, gang. And I watched people go on. They're exactly where I thought they would be. Exactly where I thought I would be if I would have continued on down K&A. Let's take another official look at the shit that's going on, man. Pay attention. Don't get caught slipping.
The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration is warning of a sharp increase in a new deadly drug called Tranq.
The drug is FDA approved for veterinary use, but traffickers are mixing it with fentanyl and the effects are devastating. Fox 10's Stephanie Bennett has the story.
Harm that could come from this is extraordinary.
The DEA says xylazine, also known as Tranq, is making the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced. When mixed, it makes fentanyl even deadlier.
What could possibly be next? And then here it is, this zombie drug that is rotting off our limbs.
People who inject the drug mixture can develop severe wounds, rotting human tissue that could lead to amputation. Many are dubbing it the zombie drug. It can also be mixed with fentanyl powder to make pills.
The xylazine will prolong the effects of the fentanyl. So people who are struggling with addiction and buying fentanyl pills that they know are fentanyl pills and taking them however they deem to put them into their body are looking for the xylazine because it extends the effect of the pills.
The DEA has seized xylazine and fentanyl mixtures in 48 out of 50 states, including right here in Arizona.
We're seeing 23% of all the fentanyl powder in the United States last year actually contained a mixture of xylazine in it as well.
The mixture of the two drugs places users at a higher risk of death, and Narcan won't help reverse the effects. For now, the DEA wants everyone to remain on high alert.
The women and men of DEA don't give up. We are going to help win this. We're going to turn it around. We're going to go after the supply and the demand.
The FDA is also acting. They are restricting the unlawful import of xylazine. In Phoenix, Stephanie Bennett, Fox 10 News.
Now, don't say I ain't warning y'all, man. I'm showing y'all the clips. Like I always say, man, because I got love for the young people out here, man. If you can, leave the fucking pills alone, gang. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I know my man wouldn't do nothing like that to me. Your man might not even know, gang. Because your man trusts his homie. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, he trusts him. These ain't no chemists, gang. They don't know what's in it. People got pill mills, trust me. I know for a fact, gang. I done been in a few of them. So there's people that's and everything is a finesse, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I know a lot of people that know these pills are fake, you know? And that they so used to the fake ones that, the fucking real Jones not even doing nothing because their body is, craving what's inside the fake one. Like the lady said, the xylazine or fentanyl, whatever they making that drug with, that's what your body is craving. So when you go take a real joint, that shit don't even work. Now, let me put you hip to another thing, gang, on some real shit. Because I know for a fact. You know how people be like, yo, only trust shit that come out pharmacies, gang? Trust me. I went to pharmacies that's selling fake pills too. Now, I can't say that the pharmacy is buying the fake pills, or if someone that work in the pharmacy is swapping real pills for fake pills. I don't know. But I do know of a pharmacy that does give out fake pills. Now I can show you a news clip that a lot of in Mexico, where they make a lot of this shit too, and you can just cross the border and go get it. They said pharmacies do buy this shit. You know, that's gonna be on part 2, man. Now I see a lot of you dope heads, right? That was just watching. Y'all all dropped offline because y'all don't want to hear that real shit. Y'all all ran because now y'all fucking dope heads. That's why. Truth hurts. That's the shit I be talking about. I just wanted that to be known. Because it was just a few of y'all on here. Y'all dropped off. Y'all all the fuck off. Just know I warned y'all. Because if something happened today or tomorrow, I'm going to point y'all out and say y'all was the ones that dropped off. Take a look at this last clip, and then your boy Vay got a dip.
There are new warnings tonight about a drug on the streets here in Philadelphia. Community leaders say users are dealing with severe disabilities and even dying. Shawnette, it's just one more layer on this growing opioid crisis.
It is, Chris. And so Tranq dope is what we're talking about. I'm told it doesn't respond quickly to Narcan because it's not an opioid. Now, what we can tell you is that there is no safe drug supply, of course, but this certainly bears a warning because not everyone knows about it.
Both of my arms, actually, they were like completely open. Like you could see the bone inside.
Melanie Bettis shows me scars left behind from using Tranq dope, heroin or fentanyl laced with xylazine, an animal tranquilizer.
It would just spread throughout my body. Like I've had stuff on, you know, my legs, hands, like places where I wouldn't normally shoot up.
She found out about it in Kensington 2 years ago.
I tried to avoid it as much as possible at first. But it definitely got to the point where it was just in everything.
Bettis says a doctor told her she could lose her arm. Now she's almost 9 months sober and says her body has healed from the abscesses. But she says others weren't as lucky.
The girl that I was locked up with lost one of her fingers because of it.
Bettis is now continuing recovery with the help of Savage Sisters. It's a nonprofit that has 5 sober living homes. Sarah Laurel started it 5 years ago after her own recovery from addiction.
I really just wanted to offer a safe space for women to come when they wanted to get sober, because I have been to treatment multiple times, multiple different unsafe spaces.
She says they do street outreach in Kensington.
The kits that we give out to everybody, they're just first aid to go kits.
Nurses join them to do wound care, including from Tranq dope.
Alcohol swabs, triple antibiotic, wound wraps, bandages, and things like that. It's kind of like guerrilla style. We do what we can. We help them and we let them go.
Laurel believes people in Philly who use drugs know about the Tranq dope, but she says adults and young people coming to the city to cop and roll might not know.
In the state of Pennsylvania, 7 out of 10 overdose deaths, they happen in a home. They're not happening on the streets of Kensington. It's been in the streets. I think now we're at such an extreme level that people have to take notice.
And for more information on her organization, Savage Sisters, just go to fox29.com. Chris, you can get information if you want to donate, if you want to volunteer, or get Narcan training.
All right, Shawnette, thank you.
Y'all heard that? I'll ask Savage Sisters. If you need assistance, I'll ask Savage Sisters. This ain't no game though, yo. Straight up though, man. Sometimes I might play around with y'all, man, but straight up, shit is real. Know what you're putting into your body. It's important. People don't really care, man. All they care about is that money. That money. Weed smokers, pay attention. The fatty is in the weed. you're smoking. It's in there. Do your research. I'll do a video on that too. Look, happy Easter. Love y'all. To all the children out there, I hope y'all have a blessed day. I hope y'all able to enjoy y'all Easter Sunday with no violence, just guidance. It's your boy, Young, Younger.